Good afternoon to you all, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you are all good. And Johto Tour is officially this weekend. Are you excited? Let me know down in the comments, because I bloody well am. It's going to be a very, very fun Saturday. 12-hour stretch. I might miss the last little bit of it because I've got a gig to go to, so my video will be up on the Sunday. But some tips and tricks as to what Pokemon really to be prioritising in terms of XL, IVs, things to trade, what collection challenges you might be getting, what eggs to look for, what the raid bosses are going to entail. There's a lot going on, to be honest. It's going to be a very jam-packed day, so let's break it down. Starting off with some Pokemon that you might want to catch, prioritise, and then trade afterwards. Because don't forget, you have guaranteed trade XL candy and bonus candy when you are trading right up until the end of the month. In fact, March the 1st at 10 AM your local time, that's when the season switches over. You've actually got about 2 and a bit days after Johto Tour to make sure you trade relevant Pokemon like Larvitar and Swinub and more that we're going to talk about to get guaranteed XL candy for them. I'm just going to rattle off a list of Pokemon. I'm not going to necessarily dive into which are gold and silver medal specific. A lot of them do cross over. The first ones that cross over are obviously the starters, Chikorita, Cyndaquil and Totodile. Now, all three of them are useful in some way. Chikorita evolving into Meganium, very good in PvP. We know this. Obviously the Shadow brought a new dimension to it, so getting some XL for it via trades and catches over the course of Johto Tour is going to be very, very prevalent for people wanting to take it into the Ultra League. Great League, you don't need XL, but hump the IV and a good shiny. Cyndaquil and Totodile, Alligator and Typhlosion in the Shadow variant, are better DPS raid attackers than top tier legendaries. The power of the Shadow bonus really shines through with these, so I'm definitely going to be grinding some XL candy for Cyndaquil and Totodile. PvP wise, don't question about PvP with me. The eggs are going to be filled up with the baby Pokemon. Gen 2 Johto brought in baby Pokemon like Pichu and Clefairy, etc. But Togepi in 2 km eggs is definitely worth going for. Apart from anything else, Togekiss is one of the best raid attackers in the game for a fairy type. It is also extremely good in PvP in Ultra and Master League. Very, very good Pokemon overall. So this is a good chance to get XL candy, good IVs, trade them, etc. with the Johto Tour. There's also quite a few Mega Pokemon that will make an appearance during Johto Tour, or Pokemon that will evolve into Mega forms. First and foremost is one that we had a community day for way back in 2018, Mareep, evolving into Ampharos. It's a Dragon Electric type Mega. It's not really top tier, but it's still one to go for if you want to get at least one 100%er. If you can get a Shundo on the day, that'd be freaking fantastic. But get the XL candy for it over Johto Tour because it's going to be spawning on both sides. Certain Kanto Pokemon will make an appearance in the wild during Johto Tour because they have evolutions that appear in Johto Tour due to evolution items or specific circumstances. Umbreon and Espeon are key examples of this. Usually they have a walking requirement to get the Eevee to evolve into either Umbreon or Espeon during the day or the night respectively. But during Johto Tour, you won't actually have to have a walking requirement for it. But Eevee will be spawning. I know we had a community day for it last year, but if you don't have enough XL for it, I was working towards getting enough XL candy for Eevee to max out to level 50 each evolution. I've done 2 so far. I've got the XL candy sorted, but if you're not at the same level I was at, trading Eevee over and over again, good time to stock up. Another Pokemon that really does get a Shadow boost that takes it towards the top tier, Murkrow. Obviously Honchkrow, its evolution in Gen 4, but Murkrow spawning means you can get the guaranteed XL for the trades, which is excellent. And Shadow Murkrow is a very, very glassy but good DPS dark type and flying type raid attacker, so definitely one to catch. Slowpoke's going to be spawning because Slowking is Johto Tour, but we obviously have Mega Slowbro, which is obviously a Mega for the Psychic types. It's going to be outclassed eventually, but at the moment, I think it's the only Psychic type Mega we've got in the game, so if you want to get one up to level 50, catch the Slowpoke, trade them afterwards for some XL and some candy. Best of luck with the shiny. I still need 2 shinies actually of that damn thing. Johto Tour is a wash with PvP relevant mons, which you may have noticed I'm actually missing out on. I'm not going to be going through the PvP Pokemon like Skarmory and a few other things because I'm not really interested in GBO. And besides, there's a lot of creators out there who know what they're talking about a damn sight better than I do. In Johto, there are a few tanks, a few tanky Pokemon that are really good for gym defending, and the number one I'm going to say, Wobbuffet. I believe that is gold shiny boost exclusive, as it were. It will be spawning everywhere, I'm pretty sure. But Wobbuffet, if you get that to level 50, that is one hell of an annoying Pokemon to take out of a gym. With its move sets and variety and its HP gain, it's insane. These next two are also Kanto Pokemon that are going to be spawning, but they get Johto evolutions, and those Johto evolutions get Megas. Onix, the Steelix Mega is really, really useful. Steel and ground type, very, very much worth going for the XL candy for it. If you can bag a Shundo on the day, quality. But also Scyther. Scyther evolving into Scizor. Scizor is a future bug and steel type Mega, and that will be very, very good indeed. One of people's favourite gym defenders, or gym trolls, shall I say, is Shuckle. Shuckle is one of those Pokemon that has stupidly high defense. It's like the exact opposite of attack form Deoxys, in a sense that its attack is so low, but its defense stat is ridiculously high. So very much a good, worthy gym defender. If you can bag yourself a high IV one and get the XL to get it to level 50, that's going to annoy some people in your local community, which I wouldn't necessarily promote, but it's good for gym defending. This one is raid exclusive. We did have it way back in 2021. Heracross. Heracross, the regional from South America and also parts of Mexico and North America as well. The southern states, shall we say, Florida and that area. That will be raid locked. That's going to be raid exclusive along with Corsola because they are regionals. We know this from Kanto Tour. They were in 3-star raids over the course of the day. You will get a bunch of free passes over the day in person and also 3 remotes as well, which is always going to be good. So definitely utilize those raid passes over the course of Johto Tour. For Heracross, it will get a Mega in the future, bug and fighting type, and it is set to be top tier. Very much worth grinding them. Definitely trade them afterwards for XL candy. This next one is very much like Murkrow. Sneasel is a very, very good DPS attacker in the raid system. Evolving into Weavile eventually in the Sinnoh region, that's the one you're obviously going to want. But Sneasel is going to be spawning. It is a boosted shiny. Much like Scyther and Onix, a few of these Pokemon are permanently boosted. Get the XL for it. It does have a Shadow variant whenever Niantic ordained to put it back with one of the leaders, but its shadow form is actually pretty bloody solid in raids. This is a gold exclusive shiny boost. Swinub. Good old Swinub, that's the ticket I've gone with. I've gone for gold because I want Swinub XL. Swinub evolving into Mamoswine right up into the Sinnoh region is one of the best Ice-type attackers in the game. Solid for raids, even better when it's in the Shadow variant, which you could still get at the moment. If you're going to get it boosted, why not keep them, trade them for XL? I want to get 6 level 50 hundos and then stock up for Shadows afterwards. We should all be using this Mega alongside Mega Gengar and Mega Gyarados perhaps. Mega Houndoom, okay? Houndour is going to be spawning for Johto Tour. Good chance to stock up on hopefully a hundo for yourself, get the top tier IVs, get the XLs, trade them afterwards, because Mega Houndoom is seriously, seriously useful as a Pokemon. It's the Mega I've been running during taking down Deoxys over the last couple of days. Catch that one, trade it. The only other baby Pokemon I'm going to recommend that you actually go for, Elekid, is the baby form of Electabuzz, which is found in Kanto. If you can hatch yourself a good IV one, the shiny is obviously available. It is the best non-legendary, non-mega, non-shadow electric type in the game when it evolves into Electivire and Sinnoh. There's a lot of crossover in these generations, I have to say. The Shadow Electivire is one of the top tier electric type raid attackers in the game, so definitely worth hatching a Lekid, get some XLs for the eggs. Obviously we know that Blissey is a bloody tank in the gym system, and because of that, Chansey XL, if you can get that, build up a level 50 Blissey to hold down your local gyms. Finally, the silver medal pseudo-legendary Larvitar. If you can get yourself some XL for this, obviously Larvitar evolving into Tyranitar is a very, very solid raid attacker, pretty good in the Master League as well, but it does have a Shadow variant. If you get yourself a good Shadow Larvitar up to level 50, I've seen people doing insane times on attack form Deoxys with their Shadow Tyranitars. Get yourself some XLs for Larvitar, catch every Larvitar you can if you've gone silver. I'm hoping as a gold medal chooser, Larvitar might still appear for me, but it won't be shiny boosted. To round out the list of Pokemon, I'm going to suggest that you go for a couple of the legendaries that will be spawning over the course of the 12-hour window in the raids are worth going for. Raikou and Entei especially. Raikou, very, very good electric type legendary, and Entei is still, it's not top tier fire type, but it's up there. It's still worth going for. It's got very, very good bulk in terms of fire type of legendaries, so worth going for. The other thing to recommend going for is going to be Ho-Oh and Lugia. Apart from anything else, we know that the research is going to lead up to getting a new form, new apex form of shadow variant of both Ho-Oh and Lugia, and then you can purify them to get a move that's plus, technically better, but is actually worse. So don't purify, please. For Christ's sake, don't purify your Ho-Oh and Lugia Apex Shadows. Just don't do it. But they're going to be in the raid system over the course of the day. It's going to be worth using the free passes if you put them in locally as well. That's the selection of Pokemon. Now, what do you do when you've caught all of these Pokemon? Well, as I've said over literally every single Pokemon selection, trade them. Trade them if they're not good IV to get XL candy if you're over level 40. If you're under level 40, you can still get bonus candy for it. It's worth doing. Chances for luckies, chance for random 100%ers from trades as well. Hopefully you can meet up with some other trainers dotted around in various cities as well. But definitely utilize the trading bonus for the Season of Heritage that's actually coming to an end 10 AM your local time, March the 1st. We've only got a couple of days, so definitely prioritize the pseudo legendaries, I would say. Swinub, Larvitar, things for Megas, Houndour, etc. Probably the best ones to go for the XL. I mentioned a couple of baby Pokemon like Togepi and Elekid in the priority Pokemon selection that I gave you, but there are a couple of egg hatching bonuses to go alongside of that. So it's going to be quarter hatch egg distance, which means even with one infinite incubator, you are going to be rattling off those 2Ks very quick. Every 500 meters, you should be getting a 2K. So definitely worth, even if you don't want to spend, I'm not putting money on incubators over the course of the day, that would be mad on 2Ks, but infinite incubator every 500 meters, you're going to be hatching it, which is excellent. You will also be getting double hatch candy, which again, like I said, is very, very good for the two I told you about, Togepi and Elekid. If you can get bonus candy for hatching them every 500 meters, that is quality. Johto Tour is going to be a prime day, much like every community day. Everyone links up their friendships, tries to coordinate them. There's an even bigger overlap and a bigger time frame now. This is going to be a prime time to stack up as many friendship level ups as you can via opening the gifts on the day or raiding with people, etc. Very, very worthwhile trying to coordinate that bonus XP. We know that there's going to be several collection challenges. There's going to be rotating habitats over the course of the day. There's probably going to be a collection challenge per habitat. So there's probably going to be 4 for the habitat. There's going to be 1 for your trading when you have to trade with the opposite medal. So people who've got gold will have to trade with silver to get certain Pokemon and vice versa. There's probably going to be a raid tab. You remember last year you had to raid every legendary once and every regional once. It's going to be a little bit easier nowadays because obviously there are only 2 regionals in Johto and 5 legendaries. So there'll be a raid collection challenge. Alongside of that is more than likely going to be an evolution collection challenge because many of the Johto Pokemon are evolved to using an item and a Kanto Pokemon. Poliwhirl evolves into Politoed as a prime example if you give it to King's Rock. There's more than likely going to be a case of you need a couple of evolution items to get every single one of these evolution item Pokemon featured in Johto. Probably worth keeping a couple of Sunstones, King's Rock, Metal Coats, Dragon Scale, and upgrades, because obviously upgrades you need to get Porygon to Porygon 2. One of the best bonuses about these sorts of days is the extended special trade bonuses. So you're going to be able to get 6 special trades in over the course of 12 hours. However, I think from what I've heard and what I've read, and I seem to remember this last year, they can't region lock the special trades. So we'll find out if this is true. Possibly when the event starts in the APAC region, which for us in the UK and Europe will be sort of like, very late evening, you might be able to get 6 special trades done on the Friday. Then you'll get your 6 special trades on the Saturday. And then for the American lot, when that event's still going, you might still be able to get 6 special trades done on the Sunday. So you might get 3 lots of 6 special trades. Don't quote me on that, but I'm hoping that's the case. Because the more special trades you can get, the more shinies, the more legendaries you can pick through. You'll get guaranteed XL for these special trades as well, because the bonus for the Season of Heritage is still live. Plan your special trades. You've got lucky friends, try and meet up with them. That'll be quality. I've definitely got a lucky trade lined up with Master 27. Hope we get something good. A word of warning with this next one. We obviously know that Smeargle is a Johto Pokemon, and we obviously know that Shiny Smeargle was available back at the sort of tail end of April leading into May. And how they did that is they gave you 15 snapshots per day, so you get over the course of a 4-day event or something, it was 60 in total. Some people got very fortunate. I got mine on like the penultimate snapshot or something, and some people didn't get it. Smeargle Shiny is more than likely going to be coming through the snapshots on Johto Tour, and that means they might give you 15 over the course of the day. If you can, try and remember to not do snapshots with your buddy or a Pokemon prior to the event starting at 9 AM your local time, because there's not going to be nothing worse than you getting a normal Smeargle snapshotted through in the early hours of the morning or just before the event starts to get your buddy into the whole part process, and then you get the Smeargle snapshot. and you've lost out on potentially one of the shiny Smeargle chances. Hold your snapshots until 9 AM on Johto Tour. The final kind of tip I'm going to give you is to do with the raids, the legendary raids, the regional raids if you want to chase for shiny Corsola, which will be brand new, or if you want to chase for Heracross shiny because Heracross is actually a good Pokemon and gets a Mega in the future. The raids will be obviously global, so people in the APAC region will be able to invite players from the European, America, Middle Eastern region and the Americas as well over to their raids for their Johto Tour. I'm hoping people can get on board with the global raid invite thing, people chucking invites all over the place, which would be brilliant. Make sure you get your raid party set up. You can utilize a rock type team to take down 3 of the Johto legendaries. Lugia, Ho-Oh and Entei will be weak to rock. Get yourself a ground type team for Raikou, and then get yourself an electric type team to take down Suicune if you want to do that. But if you're lacking in the global raids department, definitely join my Discord, which is linked in the description. You can make international friends there ahead of Johto Tour, and people are very good. They chuck out invites left, right and centre. The Deoxys raids have been stellar. People have been throwing invites all over the place, which has been really, really lovely to see. Johto Tour will be exactly the same. Jam-packed with raid invites, people chucking out Entei, Raikou, Suicune, Lugia and Ho-Oh invites. So definitely get on board. You don't want to miss out on getting legendaries from the other side of the world. That's going to kind of finish up the majority of the Johto Tour tips really. Obviously some very, very basic ones. Make sure you clear out your Pokemon storage because you want to be catching as a priority rather than having to sort through every 100 Pokemon or so. Try and get yourself to between 500 spaces to 1500 spaces if you can. I'm sitting around 1300 at the moment, which I'm pretty content with. Item bag space are obviously in the middle of the Pokeball themed event. I hope your spinning stops. Make sure you spin stops. Get as many Ultra Balls and Great Balls as you possibly can. If you're running an auto catcher, which I haven't actually got on my wrist here, this only uses red balls. It only uses the standard Pokeballs. So if you're going to be running a gotcha over the course of the day, make sure you've got a solid stack of the red normal Pokeballs. But obviously, don't forget, last year for Kanto Tour, we might have prepped a lot. I think we all finished with more Pokeballs than we started with. I certainly ended up with more Ultra Balls at the end than I started with, which is pretty insane. We should be getting Pokeballs, Great Balls and Ultra Balls through the research line over the course of the day, and as collection challenge rewards, etc. If you want to evolve a Mega Pokemon, have a look and see what you want to be getting in terms of extra candy. There's probably a Mega to suit your needs. I'm personally going to Mega Evolve an Aerodactyl just so that I've got that for the course of most of the day, so I can take down 3 legendaries with it. All that is left to say, ladies and gentlemen, is if you are in London or based around in the UK and you want to come and play with a solid squad of people, myself, Ian Waterfall and Marstor27 will be here in Ealing in Walpole Park for the day. It is a fantastic place to play, a damn sight better than the 2 places that Niantic have selected. Or is it Aldrich Gardens and Whitfield Gardens? Haha, it's my surname. But don't go to those locations. If you're in London, you want to meet people, you want to meet fellow trainers, come to Ealing. It's going to be absolutely buzzing. I'm expecting the place to be lured up like crazy. Lots of people are coming down. It's going to be a really, really fun day. I'm hoping the weather holds. Really hoping the weather holds. Hopefully see some of you on Saturday. With that, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please make sure to subscribe if you are new with the notifications on so you don't miss any uploads or live streams. And of course, smash the like button if you enjoyed the video. That would be hugely appreciated. Speaking of raid hours, we've obviously got Defense Form Deoxys raid hour tomorrow, which we'll be live streaming and chucking out invites for as per normal. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when that happens. Obviously, let me know in the comments below if you're excited for Johto Tour. Are you going to be prioritizing anything in particular, and which medal did you go for? I went for gold. A lot more people are going for silver, which is fair enough if you want to get Lugia and fill up your recommended raid parties, but each to their own. I know that's not really the reason why people pick silver. I'm just messing. Hopefully we'll see some of you tomorrow for raid hour, and if not, I shall see you for Johto Tour, ladies and gentlemen. Wish you all the very best of luck for the day, and all that's left to say is, do take care.